to do this. I said, did they realize I am in finance? This is not necessarily my forte, for sure. I'm used to dealing with numbers and maybe talking to individuals, not multiple people at a time, for sure. Again, it's awesome. Obviously, I live with the teachers, so I understand the struggles you guys deal with every day, and it's not always easy. Because she'll come home, and so I know you guys. I know you guys go through a lot, and we appreciate you. You guys don't get honored enough, for sure. You guys go through a lot, but I appreciate the introduction. I've been blessed to be able to have a lot of successes beyond high school. You know, I wasn't always the best student. It hasn't always been easy for me. Through elementary and middle school, most people probably didn't realize, but I was pulled out a lot for special education services, for reading and speech. And so without people like Jill Osterkamp, Marilyn Miley, Krista Hoppe, I probably wouldn't have had the successes I have today. Obviously, with that, you know, I've probably improved a little bit on my speech since then. So, I still can remember sitting in Jill Osterkamp's office right before I was getting into high school, and her telling myself and my parents that, you know, I don't think you need the help anymore, which was pretty big for me. That was great. I look back at teachers, and if I miss somebody, no offense, but half of you guys still work here, so so it's not that I don't appreciate it. But I think back to people like Mary Carlson, Mr. Peterson. They were tough. I looked at it at the time. I didn't appreciate it at the time because they didn't accept excuses very much for whatever reason. But I look back at how much that helped me and prepare me for school and accounting and finance, and showing me that I have a passion in something, which is awesome. I look back at administrators like Mr. Schulbrock. You might remember this story, but I remember going in and he was going to ban me from the next 3 home basketball games unless I showed up with my parents. And that was because the previous game, Mr. Cole Christensen and I thought it was a wise idea to bring big megaphones so that the refs could hear us at Northwood. And we were explicitly told not to prior to that. However, we just thought that applied to home games here, not away games. You know? So I didn't show up with my parents, but I did show up with Kirk Henley. So he and so I did show up. But you know, I look back at that, or people like being in sports, showing you how to be in a team. You know, in high school I still struggled a little bit academically, but I think that had more to do with because I was focused on, you know, social sports and everything, which I think made me a better rounded person today. And it's people like Bill Burns, Gary Irons, Chris Budak that pushed me physically and mentally, that helped me prepare for some of the rigors I face today and at college. But I also look